Hello.
Hello, how are you, Bonnie?
Hi.
I'm
I'm
trying to
glad you
send
did.
this link to a few more people. Then and I'm trying to set up my live stream. So give me a
Okay.
few minutes. I'll be right with you, honey buns.
Girl, I ain't even ready myself, so I'm just rushed home trying to get Samila from her to go to her after school program real quick. Go get her. So take your time, girl.
All right, give me like a minute or two.
All right.
Mhm. Welcome, Miss Harris. I'm waiting. I was trying to live stream on Facebook, but it's not working. So give me 2 seconds to update my Facebook people, and then we're good to go. If anybody that want to join us. All righty. All right. Thanks for joining me. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Luckily for you guys, I can't go live on Facebook, so we can have a raw conversation. All righty. So I'm gonna try to do this slideshow. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus. All right, so who is the boss? Identifying your lane in the corporate hustle. And so I want to give you some background on who I am, and then we'll go into the actual breakdown of why I chose this topic and why you guys are here. So again, thank you for joining me. If I have not already said that, I am Shakita Hall Jackson, who is a licensed attorney here in the great state of Illinois. Um, in my current role, I serve as an employment law attorney, but I started off with a general practice, meaning that someone once told me that means you're a door lawyer, aka some people take it as anything that walked through the door you kind of took. But ultimately, I did more of a family law, criminal law. I didn't do real estate till after I decided to niche down, but I did do some personal injury. And in the mix of doing those cases, I kept getting clients who was upset about their workplace, or they were actually terminated and they wanted to know whether or not they was wrongfully terminated. And so with that, I ended up falling in love with the idea that these people had dedicated so much time to these companies just to be treated like dirt. And so as a result of that, I end up agreeing in 2017 that I will niche down and focus solely on employment law. And at that time, I believed that there was a thing called uncontested divorces. So I said uncontested divorces and employment law only. Shortly thereafter, I realized that, I don't care if the couple's coming here together saying we're just going to sign the paperwork, that uncontested divorces is very rare. And it's always something that someone is fighting on, even if the parties think they have an agreement on the table. They listen to their family and friends, and ultimately that leads to people fighting over petty things. So I completely got rid of employment law, not employment law, divorce, and decided to focus solely on employment law with the exception of real estate closings. And so, in addition to representing workers every day and fighting on behalf of workers, I also go in and help buyers and sellers purchase or sell their real estate, in which I believe I'm going to let that die down surely in a while. Because I just really, really enjoy helping workers and fighting on behalf of workers every day. And so that's what I want to continue to do. Again, thank you all for joining, and welcome, welcome, welcome. In addition to serving as an employment law attorney here in Chicago, I also decided after the George Floyd situation in 2020 that was publicized all over our televisions, our internet, and everywhere else, and social media pages, I decided that I also I can see you and hear you. I also decided that I wanted to do a social justice movement, and I created Blow the Whistle Law, which ultimately came about. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear what I'm hearing. Okay, sorry for that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's my YouTube in the background replaying or what. But ultimately, the social justice movement, I actually have on one of my sweatshirts now, says my boss is Black. And we also have several other apparel, employee not slave, and a few other shirts. See something, say something. Oh, so good, Bridget. Just hear me. I was hearing a whole conversation between me and Latanya from earlier, for some reason. But ultimately, with that George Floyd movement, I just felt like had his colleagues to the left and right of him, Derek Chauvin, had said something that they all could have had their careers still, possibly, and that George Floyd could have been with us here to this date. And so I wanted more workers, as they see things in the workplace, to speak up and say something and stop allowing the negativity that comes along in the workplace to disrupt it. And so after that, I decided to write a book. And it's called "We're Gonna Be All Right: A Black Executive Guide to Navigating Workplace Dynamics." And the book came about because we kept getting people to call the firm, and they pretty much felt like they was in a hostile working environment or being faced with discrimination and several other things, but they had no legal legs. So in this particular session, we're going to talk about who's the boss. You're taking control of your career. And so with that, we're going to start off talking about hostile working environments a little bit and then move into a little bit more about me. These are few places that have featured me, including Essence. We were on ABC7 today talking about one of our clients who worked at a dealership and was terminated because he alleged workplace pay disparities, and also he was subjected to some horrible work conditions and terms. And so as a result of that, as him complaining to human resources, he was ultimately terminated. And so just some background to let you know you guys are in a room with someone who knows what they're talking about ultimately. And so why this particular masterclass? Why this particular webinar? Are you feeling confused on your career path? Are you confused on your purpose? And are you ready to set some serious career goals? It's ultimately, if any of these apply to you, is why you should be here. So let's move into what is a hostile work environment. In order, usually when people want to determine whether or not they should be staying where they at, I don't like my job, I'm in the right place, it's usually because they feel like something is going on in the workplace that they do not agree with. And so before you guys rush and resign, which I get so frustrated with because so many people just resign without consulting an employment law attorney, leaving great money on the table 9 times out of 10, which we can help you get through a severance package. If that's there. If not, we can definitely help you negotiate some kind of terms that's more favorable to you. And so with that, a hospital. Give me 2 seconds because I don't know why I keep hearing this. Bridget, can you hear me? Or can you hear both?
I can only hear you.
I don't know why I keep thinking I can hear. Yeah, I don't hear that either.
No, it's just you talking.